Hello guys, this is Scott3 and welcome back to another commentary. This is episode 5 of my KD challenge, and at the time of making this video my KD has gone from 1.66 to 1.84, so getting there slowly. It takes a while. So what I want to bring in my KD challenge videos is going to be a top 10 first person shooter games that kind of has formed my perception of gaming, and it's where my kind of gaming background has come from. And in this, I'm not going to start now from the first game that I've actually played. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the games that I thought were the best and which influenced me the most. So in number 10 we're going to have Duke Nuken 3D. So if you remember, the original Duke Nuken wasn't a 3D game, it was a DOS game. It was very 2D and it was kind of like it reminded me of Lego blocks. And it was the kind of first real shooter game that I played. Let's go back to the DOS times when you had lemmings. But then they came out with Duke Nuken 3D, which I think came out for Windows 95. So around that kind of era. And real thing which kind of it's in the title that made this game so important was it was the first 3D game I ever played, and it was very unique because compared to modern day controls it was totally different. It was the controls that I used when I first started to do computer gaming. And where am I going to start? Well, the first thing I really loved about it was, well, suppose I tell you about the controls. You didn't actually use the WSAD on the left side of the keyboard. You used the arrows on the right hand side, and you press either Shift, Control or Alt, I'm not sure which one, and it would turn the left and right arrows to strafe. So what they actually did, they acted as your mouse. So if you press the right arrow, it would be the same as if you're on console to use your aiming stick to turn. So if you can imagine not strafing, just using your aiming stick and forward and backwards. That was the way you moved in that game, and you had to press the button to strafe. Also, shooting was another thing. You had a kind of the aim in the center of the screen, but you couldn't look up or down. So if you could imagine a vertical line going to the center of your screen, and once there was a bad guy on that, if he was up, like I know there was the aliens with the jetpacks, and they would be at the top of the screen. So once you shot with them on that kind of line, the gun wouldn't aim to them, but they would automatically get killed because they're in that line. And I suppose I'd tell you the story. The storyline was you were based on Earth and on kind of like space stations. And these bad aliens had come and they're after taking over Earth and after taking our women. And your job is basically to get back there and kill all the bad guys and get our women back. And that was basically it. And what you have to do was you'd find these. You'd find these kind of nuclear cores. And at the end of the game, if you found it, you kind of box it, and the whole place would blow up, and you'd kill all the bad guys, and you move on to your next world. So that's where it kind of all started off from. One thing I really liked was the cinematics in that game. You didn't actually get movies, but if you left the game and go into a demo, and it would show kind of, if you know, the end of a Gran Turismo 4, so you get all these camera angles of your car. Well, you kind of got a gameplay like that of a gameplay that they made, not actually you playing. And that was the first game where I actually remember it being like so. I must say it was a real kind of a leap forward in gaming, coming from like the original Doom and those kind of stuff, which will be in a different commentary. But that's kind of where my gaming developed from, in terms of 3D gaming. And one thing that was very important about this game, it was very interactive, and you had it was the second game I remember to have like 9 guns. And the way you select your gun was with the numbers on the top, like on the top of the keyboard. You didn't use the number pad, you used the numbers on top of the keyboard. And my favourite gun, I think, was gun 8, which was an ice gun. No, there was 2 guns. There was an ice gun and a shrink gun. And they're my 2 favourite guns. You could shrink them and ice them. And what happened was they'd either shrink and you'd walk over and you'd press Z on the keyboard, and he would stomp on them. and if you iced them, you'd walk over and you'd kick them. But the one thing about this game that was the first time I remember it did like this was it was interactive. So spacebar was your use key, and what you'd actually do was there was women, and there's places you could drink and stuff like that, and health packs you could pick up, and you had to press spacebar. And I remember the women. There would always be these kind of comments about women, like the thing is they'd come and they took our women from them, and you'd hear these women, they go "Arr!" and they'd scream and stuff like this, and he'd say comments and stuff like that. And if you went to a toilet or a mirror and you press spacebar, you'd go to the toilet and you say looking good, which was something that really was quite funny in the game. And for those who don't know, if you've seen Sandy Ravage's Nuke Boosters, he used the Duke Nuken 3D voiceovers in that. So maybe go check out that, or even check out a video on YouTube and you find out this game that I'm talking about. But it was kind of the first 3D game that I ever played, and was a real leap forward from the original first-person shooters from the DOS ages. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this commentary, and let me know if you've ever played that game or even what you think about it. So thank you guys, and bye bye.